what's neat to watch is when the rich get power, man, they start hiring their own cops. This is what's happening with student loans. I mean, look what's in the news today. Now, the consumer watchdog signals hands-off approach on federal student loans. Now, it's something like, 25% of adults have student loans. Okay, so there's like $1.5 trillion out there, and the people who have money in this are making tons of dough, and they're and they're squeezing the rules and all these kinds of things. So now there should be government regulators should be keeping sort of like referees and playing. But if the referee works for one side, then it's not so much of a referee. So that's what happened in consumers law. Listen to the guy now is in charge, who is the ombudsman at the Consumer Finance Protection Agency. Now, here's the last guy who was in charge. It's a quote from him. It says, "It is outrageous as an executive from a student loan company that has cheated students and taxpayers and is at the center of every major industry scandal in the past decade, is now in charge of protecting borrowers' rights." Wow, how do they get away with that? Well, I guess that's power to you. But more importantly, okay, so now this guy is supposed to protect your rights as a student debtor. Is now working for the other side. So that's a little suspicious. So what do you do? Okay, now the one thing is that the guy who used to have this job starts his own student borrower, I can't even tell, protection center. Okay, and that looks interesting. And he's trying to get more rights. And here's the data here, 44 million people. Now, there's only 200 million adults in the United States. So 44 million, that's almost like 25% of everybody. 1.6 billion. And 1 in 4 are behind in their payments. So this is like 10 million people or so that are behind in their payments. So that's what's going on. But there's information here about student, what they're trying to do, and they're a source of help. So look at that. And I also put together, if you remember, we could get a report that I put together for, whoa, not that one. Where the heck is it? But to stop student loan harassment. There it is. Okay, the student loan harassment report that to help you. Not to be harassed, because that's what these companies are doing. They're harassing the hell out of you, and you have rights, and you don't know, and you think that they know your rights, but they're not. They're protecting their rights. Remember that. So you have to find out about your rights. There we go. I can move this over now here. Okay, so here are some. You get this report. If you're not a member of Lesko Help, here's where to find it. Okay, that's the first one. Now that counts protectionborrowers.org. Okay, now here's another one. Is the consumerfinance.gov. I mean, even though now the fox is guarding the hen house there, just put it in. It costs nothing to do. See what happens. But don't stop there because of what's going on. Now there's some other people at the Department of Education that are there to enforce your rights. So you contact them too, and they have an 800 number and follow up. Now here's another thing. What's happening is because the federal government's falling apart on this, protecting citizens, the states are coming into it. So where to find out what's going on in your state is through your state attorney general. And here's the website to find your state attorney general. It's usa.gov/ and this is all, the next is all in lowercase, state-attorney-general. And you can find your state attorney general. There's other ways to do it too. And here's the one for Iowa, Ohio. They're big enforcement. They'll protect your rights. So these are lawyers. They're protect. Here's the one for Maryland, that I showed you. Now here's an interesting help too. Is Harvard lawyers will help fight for you for free. How do I get a Harvard lawyer for free? They do. You charge $1,000 an hour. Well, see, there's good people around the country who are upset what's happening in these student loans, and so they're offering free help. There's another source of free help, a nonprofit student loan borrowers assistance for free, and that's called the Student Loan borrowersassistance.org. See, you want to make sure it's .org. That's what you want to make sure. So that's available. And then I have a bunch of other things to follow through. And if you remember, I'll give you this report so you get about 30 of these things here. But just help. I mean, just call somebody too. Just don't search the internet and assume you got what the hell, what's there. No, the internet is there to sell you stuff, not help you for free. So it's very hard to find the free help. When the people who got you in trouble are selling you money, now they want to sell you money to get you out of trouble.